play out music doesn't quite like stop after a minute and be perfect. I've got in the habit of like waiting 1 exact minute before I start talking, but that music loop ends at like 57 seconds. Shout outs, Bronmans, Heidi, Jazeel. Are my levels alright? My mic, the bars look a bit wrong, like I might be a bit quiet. Let me know and I'll adjust it if so. But there's not music most of the time, and I'm quite loud, so we'll probably be okay. Thanks, Heidi. Sounds alright, apparently. So yeah, last week, pretty eventful. A bit fuzzy on the mic, interesting. If that's just breaking or a bit far from me. So yeah, I think I turned it up to try and get it definitely audible. I might have hit some distortion by doing that. I'll try and fix it for next week if it's bearable, rather than like it's actually unpleasant to listen to or just a bit noticeable. So yeah, anyway, the last week got like down the rest of the train. Surprisingly managed to like get through a puzzle with the weights sooner than I expected. Met what's her name. Found out that she faked her own disappearance for the lols, but that she does want me to investigate all that shit about the train. Got pretty strong hint that I could actually decide to take the train to places, so the game won't just be set on the train. And I believe my plan involved doing that. I'm not sure if there's anything else. Oh, because I had like a passage of time thing, so I wasn't sure if I could go and speak to everyone else again and maybe try the piano. I think I didn't get around to that. I've done that. Just looking at my notes, something about an letter code, which I know I've done. Oh, and the 4 words from Camille. I made good notes. I've got chaussettes chatoyantes, which I believe are the shoes. And then there's a thing where I work out to move them in the right pattern, and I have to understand how feet work. That's a good point, Jazeel. It doesn't say I can get off the train, so I might be able to look out the window at stuff. Or just temporarily not be allowed to do a shit because I'm in a station. So yeah, I'm still dicking. Oh, I had a big old search in there. Found some blueprints. Oh, I got a solution to a box, didn't I? I got like something that told me what silver is. Can't remember if that's an item I've got. There's loads of stuff there. That's the whole overall everything I need to do. There is the key. I'm sure it's something that gave me a key that translated silver into like 7 colours, which would tie into the things on the box. Maybe that's the thing I couldn't pick up, so I had to take a photo of. Yep, silver is orange, blue, green, red, purple, yellow. So I can go and hit that box on the way before I... Can I remember if I had a specific reason to go anywhere, or if I just liked the idea of going somewhere? Yeah, I can't remember where I found the thing that told me the silver. I think... Oh no, I can tell from the photo actually, it was in one of those drawers I've just walked away from. Why just go to this guy's simulation? This is where the box is. This is the one. So, silver is orange. Oh, I need to point it at that. Blue. Wait, no, that's a better way to turn it. Green. Red. Purple. Yellow. Fuck. Well, I felt very good about that one. That seemed like an easy one. Oh, that's a reset. So I want to hit that for each of the things. Okay. Silver is orange. Blue. Green. Red. Oh, that's far away. How impatient am I? Purple. Oh, I've got to go all the way around the far side again. I'm legitimately impatient here. The yellow. That should be all of them. Yeah. That's mine now. Oh, you know what that shape reminds me of? Looks kind of like a sheriff's badge, doesn't it? And some more documents. Oh, dance steps.
Looks like a pattern for some kind of dance step. Maybe I'd better keep this.
Okay, so I can keep that one. Can't remember what else I needed to do there, but yeah, maybe I could. And this that I'm not able to pick up.
Wilson carbide and acetylene works.
Okay, there's too much text there. I can't have to read that, can I? Surely that's for later. Or like Nancy will note down the important bits for my junior ass. Carbide in the lower chamber, water in the upper chamber. Use both in plain light. Just have to light some shit. I'll remember if I need to come back to this. Despondent old charm. Blah blah blah. Settling again.
Always your friend, Thomas Wilson.
Is Thomas Wilson the guy who played Biff? Definitely Thomas something. I mean, also it's a very generic name, so it's kind of not really a big deal if it is. But, you know, I've piqued my own curiosity now. Sorry, you have to wait while I check this. Yes, Thomas F. Wilson played Biff. I don't think this is him. I don't think the time matches up. Because this is about getting gold, so... Let's hope Nancy's made some notes. Nope, she has made... Oh! I'd forgotten that the just estudiantes, which I put all the effort into writing it down and spell it correctly, it turns out. That was senior stuff I didn't need to do. So that contributes to giving the dolls an order. Excuse me. Got a phone call, I'm going to take this. Sorry about that. No big deal. I think it was just a pocket dial. Right, where was I? Yes, so I had a thing about getting the dolls in order, which I guess is related to the shoes bit, and I can't remember if I need to do that before I do the dancing stuff. I guess my checklist will tell me that. Right, I haven't done that. Ah, I'm glad you like the train noise. It's probably a bit louder than usual compared to me, maybe. I guess it's because you got a nice little minute of just listening to that without my dumb southern sounding voice. Okay, I haven't done the piano, still can't. Although maybe I can now, but probably not. I have found a thing, haven't I?
Check.
But I haven't unscrewed them yet. That's this car, isn't it? That's
check.
I've just done. Oh, let's check it.
Haven't done that
I
yet.
kind of figured out why they're there, but... again, I sort of know that.
Can't check that off yet.
Slugs.
Still have to do that.
But yeah, I guess there's going to be loads of them to fill up all the symbols eventually.
Still have to do that.
Cool. I have done
check.
that. Well, I didn't check anything last week. It's nice though, it gives me a nice refresher of what I've achieved. I might try and make a point of not checking things off, but I get so excited to check things off. Okay, obviously I haven't done this, but I'm gonna just hit the catchphrase
Can't
anyway.
check that off yet.
Yay!
Haven't done that yet.
Oh yeah, I don't really have a checklist item for doing the dance. That's odd.
Still have to do that.
And yeah, hopefully I'll be able to pick
Can't
them up
check
now.
that off yet.
So yeah, this hasn't really done anything. Let's all remember together that it's a thing. And let's see if I can start stealing shinies. Thought there was one in there?
That could be one of the gems I need. Maybe Tina will let me take a closer look. That could be one of the gems I need. Maybe Tina will let me take a closer look.
I suspect Tina would let me take a closer look. We're gonna have some kind of faff or puzzle or distraction.
Well, it's the little lady detective. What do you need?
I found Lori. She was hiding in the caboose.
Oh, yeah?
I'm not gonna tell him that the slugs are useful.
She disappeared because she wanted to see who'd find her first, which is why she left that clue behind.
I'm the best
That slug?
detective.
I mean, I knew that slug was a clue. That's why I gave it to you. I mean, I could have found Lori no sweat. But I thought, hey, why not give somebody else a shot? And you came through. Nice job.
Thank you.
But look, from now on, if you come across anything that may have something to do with Jake Hurley in his mind, let me know, okay? Just so I can,
Suck it, cop.
give you advice, help you sort things out. After all, the opportunity to work side by side with a world-famous police detective doesn't come along every day, you know.
Yeah, a caboose, Marie, is the rear end of the train, which is why it's also a butt. I don't actually know which came first. I had always assumed it's a train word first that is then a fun thing to use to refer to actual butts, but I don't know that. It might be that it means butt, and people found it fun to say train butt.
What do you think happened to Jake Hurley?
He probably died trying to work that mine of his all by himself. But I'll let you in on a secret. I'm onto something that could crack this case wide open.
I'm guessing we get the same answer from both these questions. I've noticed that in a few of these, the responses are phrased in such a way that this arbitrary little Nancy roleplay is there just for the fun. I approve of it.
What did you find?
Sorry, can't go into detail. Let's just say that thanks to yours
Well, maybe not.
truly,
Having
what
said all
happened to
that,
Jake Hurley won't
that sounds
be a mystery
way
much
better
longer.
ties to what I said than the mine one.
Do you think I could take a closer look at that cougar statue?
What, that cigar clipper? Go ahead, take a look.
Cool.
I'll bet I need this stone to build that thing in the diagram I found. But if I remove it now, Tina will know I'm onto something. Interesting. I just wanted to get a good look at it, that's all.
What else can I do for you?
Do we care how him and Laurie met? I guess we
How
better
did
go
you
down
and
on
Laurie
pals,
meet?
just in case.
We
Don't want to miss anything.
met at a party in New York. Nice girl. Not a lot upstairs, but nice girl.
She seems to have a thing for your eyes.
Yeah, she always told me they were... I mean, she told me once that she thought they were very, brown.
Thanks for your help.
Helping people's what I'm all about.
So yeah, I'm hoping that... so I'm going to have one checkbox for all of them, once I've seen all of them. I'm hoping that she'll have updated her little thing to say which ones she's found. No, not you. No, it's here, isn't it? So, I'm just going to start noting which ones I've seen. So, gems. So the purple one, statue next to the cop. and I know there's a book I can use to look up what name that ties to, but I don't care yet, so I'm not going to. Statue next to comp. You know, just... Oh, it's 6. What did I think it was 7? Anyway. Because then hopefully I'll know when Nancy's found all of them. I get to check a thing off. Or leave it till the next week. Right, is this... Nope, that one already comes off. I can't really remember whose room is whose. It's like it's Camille's room. Yeah, it's a good question, Katie. Like the stuff about Laurie fancying him. Did she say something about that in the big old chat we had with her last week? I don't particularly remember it, but I guess that's where Nancy's coming from. Unless Nancy's making shit up for some reason, but I don't think that's really her style without an angle. Let me fuck around yet?
Please don't.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Glad I checked. Guess I can tell her the good news as well.
I found Laurie safe and sound in the
Confirm the
caboose,
ghost hunter.
so I guess those vibes you got about her being in serious trouble were wrong.
Strange. My vibes are never wrong. What's even stranger is I'm still getting them. So maybe they're not about Laurie. Maybe they're about you.
Threatening me?
I'm confused. Are you a scientist or a psychic?
I happen to be both. What's commonly referred to as psychic phenomena is all a matter of energy. Just because we don't know where that energy is generated or how to measure it yet, doesn't mean that it doesn't exist. Trust me, either you or Laurie is, or soon will be, in big trouble.
Could you be more specific?
Unfortunately, no.
Sorry, I regret that. I should have picked the main one. Where,
Well, I'll catch you later.
Take care.
Oh.
That tool I saw in the caboose. I bet that's what you used to unscrew these bolts.
I was going to check. No, I was going to check my list to remind myself that this is Camille's room. I've forgotten names again. Oh, it's a puzzle. I guess does everyone do? Okay, so that one just does that. That one below it. It's notes time. So I'm going to call them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think we'll be fine. I'm going to use a new page because I need to save some space for my gems, don't I? I didn't find my thin line notepad. I'm on quite a wide-lined one. I feel I'm sort of wasting paper here, but also this is a notebook I've owned for like 4 years without ever using, so... An unused notebook is the most wasted. So 1 does 1, 5, and everything goes clockwise, I think, yep. What does 2 do? 2 and 3. What does 3 do? 3 and 1. I remember I solved a puzzle like this offline last time, and maybe that was more interesting. Because yeah, I think I found one just near the end, worked out how to solve it, did the maths in my head, and then came back and tried it right at the start of the next week. Because watching me puzzle this out, probably not very interesting. I'll do my best to keep you all involved. So 4 does 4 and 2. 5 does 5, 6 and 8. So what I seem to remember is I managed to find one that only does itself, and it means I want to do that last. 6 does 6 and 8. 7 is on its own. 8 does 7 and 8. So, how does this work? So, like, this one does 5 and 6 and 8, this one only does 6 and 8. Which means I can get these near position. How many angles are they're 8. They're 8. Get them near position, and get that in position. Well, in fact, though it's already in position, but it's going to be turned one more time to do that. Right, what's only ever affected by one thing? So 1 is on 2 lists, 2 is on 2 lists. I think this is harder than the one I had before. Oh no, 4 is on its own. So if I make 4 right, I won't mess anything else up. So 4 is sorted, never have to touch it again. Happy days. 2 is now only affected by itself, so I can make that correct. Yep, this is the same as the other one. And now 3 is only affected by itself, so that's already right. So then the only one left for 1 is itself, so I can make that right. Okay, and then 5 only hits itself, so I can make that right. Okay, then it gets harder again. Okay, I don't need to worry about 7, I can do what I fucking want with that, which means 8 does 8 and 7, so I can just make 8 correct and worry about... oh no, I can't make 8 correct because 6 needs to... 6 is standalone, I can just do 6. Okay, then I just need to make 8 right, and 7 is on its own. I hope you're enjoying that live puzzle solving. Ooh, pipes, but they're different colours. Do you think the different colours are relevant? They can't be, right? Ooh. Got 2 ins and 3 outs. Ooh, that's fun. And yeah, I remember the issue with the other ones is I had to use every piece. Okay, so the greens move independently of the other ones. Have their own shit. So it's very nearly right. That's got to be there. That's there.
Here we go.
Cool. That was much easier. I guess I get no instant impact from that. Oh, cool. It does remember that I've unlocked it. Good stuff. But yeah, I guess... Is there another one of these? I know I said I was going to leave all my checking till the end or the start of next week, but I got excited and I'm going to want to take that now because I feel pleased with what I've achieved. Okay, she doesn't quite say how many there are cars in front of the train. I feel like there are 3 proper cars. Okay, done.
Check.
There's one about using the tool, isn't there? Using
Finish
the
that.
weird tool. Did we get any leads on this? I think I saw some years lying around and then kind of lost it again. Or tried it and it was nothing. Oh yeah, I didn't find anything that really tied me to the symbols, which is what I actually wanted. At some point I'm going to need to start noting these. Let's make the point now. Like, so at least we keep track of how many dolls there are. So, that's awful personal. She's on the tapestry thing. It did have a name, didn't it? That book had a name for these samples or something. I probably don't need to know that. I remember the other thing I was going to check. I was going to use the text to confirm that this is Camille's car. Yes, Camille's car. Feeling smart already for remembering one whole thing. That, I think, is the way. This could really do with the compass. Oh, it kind of does, actually. There is a direction of travel. Which I can't get straight in my head. It's quicker to just try and get it. Or maybe not. There's this slight interstitial thing. Oh, I got it right. There wasn't a gem in that carriage, was there? Oh, God!
What is that?
Sick. Oh, here's... So how many names are in this? Just Edna and Alice? She's ill-tempered. Terrible. Just, these are names in the same way as of. Terrible maybe is. Edna and Alice. Poem on. Carriage. Wall. Yeah, Nancy's not that much introspection about that creepy ghost, which, I mean, I've played along with this kind of what I've done. I've gone like, oh, ghost, carrying on with puzzles. I guess Nancy feels very much the same. I'm not sure if that's entirely the correct way to respond. There you go. I'll just have that one. Just gonna note that I've got where I got it from in case. So I guess I'm going to pick up most of them, just not the ones in front of the cop. I don't think I've seen all 6 yet, have I? I had Hardy Boys to talk to, possibly an engineer to talk to.
Yes?
What are you working on?
I'm writing my next book. I'm on a deadline, so until I write those 2 most wonderful of all 3-letter words, the end, everywhere I go, my laptop goes, and every chance I get, I write.
I found Lori. She's in the caboose. You were right. She disappeared because she wanted to see which of us would find her first.
And you won. Congratulations.
Oh yeah.
What else do you know about Jake Hurley? You know, the man who originally owned this train?
Wealthy, imaginative, adventurous, stubborn, egocentric, and most importantly, he was smitten at the age of 35 by a young French woman named Camille Voulet, who died about a year after they were married.
When did he buy this train?
Sometime in the 1870s, he decided to seek his fortune out west, so he had this train custom built so that he, and some years later his wife, could traverse the mountains and plains in relative comfort.
It's a pretty big flex, isn't it, getting a train?
So he went west and became a miner?
All anyone knows for sure is that years after Camille's death, he showed up in Denver with a pouch full of gold nuggets and semi-precious stones, which he used to purchase mining supplies. He refused to say how he'd come by them, which of course led to speculation that he had found a fantastically rich vein somewhere, although to this day, its existence remains unsubstantiated and its location quite unknown.
I enjoyed Marie and Giselle both going to the same, making the same legitimate point that the end is a classic thing that you write at the end of a good book. I don't know how good she's meant to be in universe, if she's meant to be writing slightly trashy things, or if she is meant to be writing things of the caliber of the Nancy Drew books, or other.
The others on the train, John Gray and that police detective. Do you know them very well?
I don't know them at all. Needless to say, I don't watch television, so I've never even seen Mr. Gray before. Although I do know that his profession, if you can call it that, is rife with crackpots. As for Mr. Balducci, from what I've read, His success in solving those robberies was less a matter of talent and more a matter of being in the right place at precisely the right time.
In other words, you don't think he deserves all the attention he's getting?
No. You and those 2 Boy Scouts you're with would make better detectives. Is that all, dear?
I don't think, Giselle, that the end is at the end of the Bible. I also have never checked, but I don't think it really suits the style and all the multiple books of it and stuff. Because some of them can kind of exist in isolation. But yeah, ballsy move to put the end at the end of your bit. Being that, I mean, I guess it does get quite endy, doesn't it? Someone check the end of the Bible.
Did you know that Laurie wants to be a romance novelist?
Doesn't everyone?
Do you think she could do it?
No. Could we please talk about something a little more pleasant?
I should get going.
That would be nice.
I don't know the quickest way of checking, because I don't know if checking if the Bible ends in the word the end. Because I think I do have an Extreme Team Bible somewhere in the house. I might have got rid, but no. Why would I? That seems a very risky thing to get rid of. And I think the Extreme Team Bible is mostly direct translation, so just with inset boxes that make it Extreme and Teen. Oh, cool! The Bible does end in the end. We got lucky there. Or Ronman's ends with additional study content available for purchase, which is a very modern video game way of finishing a book. Oh, I've accidentally turned around and gone back the way I came. I do quite like the idea of that as a quiz question, Giselle, because people putting down a joke answer might get a point. And I don't want an entire quiz to work that way, but it's nice to have the occasional, like, oh,
Nancy!
oh, it actually is.
What's with the Cheshire Cat grin?
Right.
You found Laurie.
Yep, she's holed up in the caboose. And as a reward for finding her, she let me have this. It's a letter from Jake to his niece in which he leaves clues telling her how to find his mine. Only the clues are extremely obtuse.
You found Laurie, you got the letter with all the clues. Guess you don't need us anymore.
Oh, Joe, quit pouting. Want any help?
Are you kidding? You bet I do.
Now you're talking.
Okay. Presumably they'll agree with me.
Balducci wants me to share everything I find out about Jake Hurley with him.
I'll bet he does.
He just doesn't want you to show him up again.
Yeah, he wants you to do all the legwork so at the last minute, bam! He can swoop in and grab all the credit.
I wouldn't tell him a thing, Nance.
Unless it's to get lost.
It stands to reason that the only person other than Jake who had to have known the location of Jake's mine was the engineer on Jake's train.
Very true.
Not necessarily. Jake might not have told him the exact location. Maybe he just had him drop him off somewhere nearby.
Well, still, we'd be way ahead of the game if we knew where that drop-off point was.
If the engineer had any surviving relatives, we may be in luck.
The guy died more than 100 years ago. How are we supposed to find out his name?
Maybe Charlena What's-Her-Face could tell us how to go about it.
Good idea, Frank. I'll ask her.
I mean, we're all kind of expecting that it turns out the engineer is descended from the engineer, right? From like a long line of engineer on this train's family, because of some weird nonsense.
I found a diagram
Well,
for
I've got
some kind of
checkboxes telling you
contraption
this,
that
so I've
Jake
got to do it.
designed, but to operate it, you need his pickaxe and some kind of lamp or lantern, which it looks like he gave to somebody named Buell.
Buell? Joe, show her!
Show her what?
That old picture we found!
Okay.
We found this on the bookshelf. See? Buell's Supplies and Pawn Shop. That's gotta be the same Buell Jake gave his axe and lantern to.
Yeah, 100 years ago. And the guy was a pawnbroker, Frank. The stuff's probably long gone.
Or maybe it's still somewhere in Copper Gorge.
Well, that's where we're headed, so let's just hope for the best.
Right.
can't remember if we had some other reason to go to Copper Gorge, or if it is just where we're already headed, or I liked the sound of it.
Talk to you later.
If you need anything, just let us know.
Why is this highlighted? I haven't got any new items, have I? Oh, I don't think I've looked at that gem yet, have I?
Engineer, this better be Miss Gerard.
Well, actually...
Forget it.
Okay, so I can't tell the engineers to do shit. Nope, not going to do a danger. I've already done that danger. Oh, of course, it's a ghost hunter. I should tell him about this. But I mean, he's a useless crank. Oh, but maybe he'll go and look at them, and then I can fuck around with the piano while he's getting distracted. That would be good, wouldn't it? I can try out the dance pattern. I've told them.
Check.
I wonder if more of these are available and I've missed them, or if they're still locked behind stuff. Still don't really think about anything from that. I guess I should always... No, I mean I scan the area anyway for stuff, don't I? Oh, have I even up to this yet? I don't think I have. Fish! Salmon cannons for a very, very long time. Fish from a hand from the deep. This is cute. Don't think we've had anything leading us to give a shit about it yet. But, you know, let's keep it in the mind bank.
Sadie Crawford.
2 left feet. Yeah, they are actually. Is that going to play into the stupid floor puzzle or just having lots of lefts? What section of train I've not looked at before? Wait, that wasn't it. No. I thought maybe there's a slug on the floor.
It looks like there's something behind this painting, but I can't seem to move it. An eagle. Where else have I seen an eagle?
Where else have we seen an eagle, lads? Guess it's going to be an eagle to prod. Do you know any of this stuff? Oh, the sky. Thanks, Giselle. Oh,
More questions?
How would I go about finding out the name of Jake's train engineer?
If you're smart, you'd ask me. And because my work is going surprisingly well, during my next break, I'll log on to my archives at home
she's
and
got
see
the
what I can
internet.
turn up.
That'd be great, thank you.
Whoever invented the cellular modem, that's whom you should thank, dear.
I'll touch bases with you later.
That would be nice.
Okay, so unclear definition of later, but hopefully we'll have a good sense of when time has passed. So yeah, don't. Oh, that's the third grate behind this and the Fortitude code. So yeah, I think there's 3 of those grates.
What's up?
Go
I
for the
saw a
ghost.
bunch of weird glowing lights
back to
outside
the
the
piano.
window of the sleeping car.
Really? Actually, I'm not surprised.
Charlena said Jake Hurley used to see them too, only he attributed them to his dead wife, Camille.
They're probably some form of piezoelectricity. See, my guess is quartz crystals in the ground are being compressed as the train passes over them, and the resulting voltage, called piezoelectricity, is manifesting itself as glowing lights, probably because of some quirk in the train's shape or in the composition of the metals used in its construction. It was custom built, remember?
So it's a natural phenomenon, not a ghostly one?
Take it from me. Old Mother Nature is capable of some pretty scary stuff.
He's not going to wander off.
Well, I'll catch you later.
Take care.
Think. It's weird though that the ghost guy isn't jumping on a chance to find a ghost. Don't know exactly what to make of that. Samplers is what those things are called. A spot sampler. I'm going to write down spot sampler. On next to where I've written tapestry. Don't think it's actually important, but almost remembered it. May as well fully remember it. Oh, another doll name there. Teddy. Maybe it's just going to be alphabetical order. But we don't really need the surnames because they don't have them, so it'll be by forename.
Check.
When did you say you knew somebody who collected creepy dolls, Giselle? Was that someone who collected dolls and dolls are creepy? Or, like, she specifically was into creepy dolls? Ooh, got myself a gem. Not sure what colour that is. Beige? Booze globe, and it's mine now. Don't think she collected them because they were creepy, but she was aware of their creepiness. Proper Victorian style ones. Yeah, I figured when you say creepy, that is the most likely. That's sort of the one, the go-to for creepy. Or the ones with the sort of, you know, weird, very round, plain faces that almost look like masks. Not so what period or style those are. I don't think that's a Victorian ones, is it? Functionally plenty, I think. There's probably another doll name on here, isn't there? Yes. Okay, this hurts my my alphabetical order thing, just because it's another E name we've already got on Edna. I mean, you can still have an alphabetical order between Eliza and Edna, but I was just thinking it would be like a clear-cut alphabetical order. No, I don't know what I'm thinking. Like, it makes no difference to how good my theory is. Have they all got dates? No, they don't have dates. This one does. I'm going to write the date on that one. I should have written the date on Teddy's as well, because I think they had one. 16th June 1880. Where was it? Was it in here? Am I going silly? Yeah, it was there. I don't know. Date's probably a nothing. I don't think I have seen the dolls Rob's sister-in-law sent you, Giselle. No. When you say sent, you mean sent you a photo or actually sent you a whole collection of weird, creepy shit?
Whoa!
Oh, drama.
Somebody must have thrown the emergency brake.
The question is, did somebody throw the brake? Or something?
Oh, Joe, now you sound like Lori.
Hey, I was the first one on the scene, and I saw no one.
Who was the next person on the scene?
John Gray. Then Balducci came bursting through one door while Frank and the engineer came through the other. Boy, was that guy ticked. He said the train could have derailed. He reset the brake, muttered a few choice words, then headed back to the engine just as you and Lori showed up.
Everybody was there except Charlena. I don't think she left her laptop the whole time.
I feel like it's an odd cut here to sort of suddenly do this. I mean, I guess it's deliberate, they want to fill in the data, but the information later through this, but it's weird that they didn't do like a fade cut to this then, if they were going to do that sort of time passes. Like, I don't even know what the scene is. Like, is it the emergency brake that I fucked with earlier? Probably is, isn't it? Go looking for fingerprints and accidentally set it off again.
Do you think she could have thrown the brake and snuck back to her laptop without your seeing her?
Not likely, but possible, I guess.
The question is, why? What did she or anybody else stand to gain by stopping the train?
Answer? Nothing. Which is why I think we should at least consider the possibility that something less human in nature may be at work here.
Ah, Joe.
I'm going to see if Balducci's done dusting for fingerprints. Catch you later.
Okay, so I feel like this is going to be a major time trigger. Okay, let's close the shit.
More questions?
Were you able to find the name of Jake's train engineer?
I came across 3 references to the fact that Jake had an engineer, but I'm afraid none of them included his name. I failed.
You're a failure.
Sorry.
Do you have a theory as to who pulled the emergency brake?
Well, I know it wasn't me. I assume it wasn't you, and I highly doubt it was Lori. So that leaves those 2 friends of yours, Mr. Gray and Mr. Balducci.
What do you think their motive was?
I don't know about your friends, but perhaps those other 2 simply thought it would be fun. Boys will be boys.
It is quite fun. I'll give her that.
Would you like to see the letter that Lori gave me as a reward for finding her?
The one in which Jake Hurley supposedly tells his niece how to find his lost mine? No, thank you. I happily leave it to you to try to solve the mystery of his disappearance. You can afford to look foolish, dear. I can't.
Aren't you even going to try finding out what happened to Jake Hurley?
No time. The only reason I haven't insisted that Lori release me from all this silliness is there's always the possibility that what happened to him has the makings of a bestseller, although I highly doubt it.
Why are you so sure that Jake's story wouldn't make a bestseller?
His story is an all too common one. A man wanders off into the desert in search of gold and never returns. Why? He either doesn't have enough food or water, or he encounters hostile natives.
What about his wife, Camille, dying on the train like that?
That does make the story a little more interesting. She probably died of something mundane like pneumonia or even measles. Now, if it was wintertime when she died, and they were in the mountains, Jake no doubt kept her body on the train for months before he buried her, which is rather delicious in a morbid sort of way.
How do you think Jake's engineer wound up dead on the train in the middle of nowhere?
My guess is the engineer got tired of waiting for Jake to return, took off in the train to get help, and died of a heart attack along the way, after which the train rolled to a stop in Blue Moon Canyon. Anyone experienced enough to single-handedly run a steam engine would have been quite a bit older than Jake.
I should get going.
Let me know if you run across anything juicy.
Interesting to Nancy. I mean, it is useful for me because I get to check something off. Right? So I had a sort of... Oh, did I just have one for asking her and not one for actually checking back in for the result? Did I just have a spooky noise?
Looks like Tino's through dusting for fingerprints. Better not mess with that puppy.
So tempted to mess with the puppy. Actually, I can't now.
What's up?
So are you making any progress in here?
Oh yeah, not only am I getting some real unusual EMRs, that's electromagnetic readings, but take a look at this.
You've
I'll
got
take a look at
something?
that.
I set up a camera and took some time-lapse photos. Sometimes I was in the room, sometimes I wasn't, but somewhere along the line, I managed to get a shot of Camille.
Where? You don't mean that little blob, do you?
Yep, that's Camille.
Okay.
You're skeptical. That's cool. Just remember, the key word when it comes to ghostly phenomena is energy. That blob is the result of Camille's residual life force, spirit if you will, reacting with the chemicals in the photographic paper.
Couldn't it just be a flaw in the photographic paper?
Okay, it could be that too, but it's not. Trust me.
I'll let you get back to work.
Come back anytime.
Getting a whole lot of nothing from this guy. He went fuck off and let me play the piano. Gemstones. No, I don't think they're already in it. Or maybe once I've been able to play the piano.
It's locked.
Let's use this on it. Okay. Have I already got anything out of this? No, she wouldn't say it's locked. So with that, I can't do anything with it. I guess once I've got an appropriate key, yeah, like open up to me. It's just telling me what notes are, which is the best one to allow to play the piano. There's a tiny gem there. Never know if you see an eagle, yeah? Was an eagle one of these things? 2. So I don't know if that means prod the bottom, like, if I prod around there on the painting, will that get me a magic switch? Or just do it twice? No, I'm not sure I can get much from that. Somewhere I've seen an eagle though. Let's go to the front part of the train. There's the wrong way in it. I don't know. Still learning. There's something here I've got to be proud of that painting. Weight on it. I'm gonna use the sheriff's badge. I regret nothing. Oh, still holding the sheriff's badge. Oh, choo-choo. I think that's just background noise, right? Getting to Cheddar Gorge, not Cheddar Gorge. I think Cheddar Gorge is connections. Oh! Is there an eagle on that thing? That'll be where I get my eagle time for the painting. So when I get all the way out there. Okay, I'm going to square, but I think I need to do square and duck before I can get anything. Read those complex instructions because I feel like they're going to relate to something in here, aren't they? So yeah, I did have the meta instructions or something about a map on them. life telephone for this, I think. Okay, so 1, 2. Oh, 3. Just picture myself doing this dance, getting points for it. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Ah, I've done something wrong. That was wrong for 6. This was meant to go. Let's go. But yeah, fucked it. Right, again. More good content. 2, 3, 4, 5. 6 is back 2 steps, that's the bit I got wrong before. 7, 8, 9. Coward refusal to cross over there. 10. Oh, I'm hearing a click. It's a creepy door!
Guess Camille liked to collect dolls.
Okay, so maybe it's just alphabetical order and the point is knowing all their names. And my list won't actually be that useful without the descriptions or something. Do you know how much we'll get? Which one of these look ill-tempered and terrible? That looks like a scowl. They're all scowling. They're all creepy. That one looks sad actually rather than terrible. That one looks like Ursula. I guess the bottom row will open when I've done the dolls correctly in the prediction, and that'll have some cool shit in it. Oh, hello. Don't even know what. How's it called out? Sort of. Let's go with toothpaste. So I have got 3 of the gems. I know where the other one is. It's next to the cop. And that leaves 2 more that I have not yet found. Oh.
Wonder how you're supposed to get this open.
Surprisingly easy to open item. Done. That was a fun puzzle. I enjoyed that. Nope, that's the exact thing I looked at. It's behind dolls. I just never noticed it before. Right. We're in the light ones. I mean, like a gem up here or something. Well, that's just going to. I think they're just background colour. O's in way back in a different carriage, just that I've completely forgotten about. I think that suits weird rich girl, like making me dance for her. Where the Hardy Boys are. Cool, thanks, Bronwyn. Hopefully I'll remember that next week, because I'm not walking all the way back down the train now, because I think it's time to call it for the evening. I think it's been another good one. Had some mild drama, some ghostly shit that then the ghost guy said wasn't a ghost, but I don't know if he means it, or if he's just got to occasionally admit things aren't ghosts for credibility, or if he really thinks that one's a ghost but doesn't be getting on in his ghosty time. Who knows? So yeah, there's back down to the chandelier at the start to find 5 of 6 gems next week, and that makes me very much think the 6th one is available and I just haven't spotted it yet. And then I'm wondering if there's also slugs I haven't spotted. Try and what I'm going to do before I go is get a number of dolls, just so I know what I'm going for. That is 11 dolls, and I have written down the names of 5. Cool. Yep. Thanks for watching. See you next week. Good night.